My dear students, I welcome you all to study a new lesson today. Boli. This lesson is written by K. Abbas. K. Abbas was born on 7th June 1914. He died on 1st June 1987. He is a film director. He was a screenwriter, novelist, journalist, and columnist. This lesson is from your textbook Footprints Without Feet, chapter number 9. Boli. Boli is a story written by K. Abbas. The story revolves around a girl who, due to accidental fall and disease in her childhood, faces the problem of being dull and ugly. She is always a target by everyone for not being good looking and intelligent. Her life turns when she joins a nearby school where her teacher encourages her and helps her to become a learned and confident person. Later in the story, circumstances arise where Boli has to give acceptance to the marriage with an unequal match but rejects it when she sees her father pleading to the bridegroom when he demands dowry. The story shows the rise of a girl against social injustice. Let's learn this lesson in detail. Her name was Suleika. Since her childhood, everyone had been calling her Boli, the simpleton. The meaning of the word simpleton, a foolish person, easily tricked by others, innocent. The name of the girl, Suleika. She was the fourth daughter of Nambadar Lal. When she was 10 months old, she had fallen off the cot on her head and perhaps it damaged some part of her brain. She is fourth daughter. When she was 10 months old, she had fallen off the cot on her head. It had damaged some part of her brain. Here, Nambadar, the meaning of the word, an official who collects revenue. That was why she remained a backward child and came to be known as Boli, the simpleton. At birth, the child was very fair, very beautiful child, pretty. But when she was 2 years old, she had an attack of smallpox. So when she was 10 months old, she fell down. Her brain was damaged. 2 years old, she had an attack of smallpox. Only the eyes were saved, but the entire body was permanently disfigured by the deep black poke marks, that is scars, spots. Little Suleika could not speak till she was 5. Till she was 5 years old, she could not speak. When at least she learned to speak, she stammered. The meaning of the word stammered, fumble. The other children often made fun of her and mimicked her. As a result, she talked very little. The meaning of the word mimicked, copied. Ramlan had 7 children, 3 sons and 4 daughters. The youngest of them was Boli. Ramlal had 7 children, 3 sons and 4 daughters. The last one is Boli. It was a prosperous farmer's household. There was a plenty to eat and drink. All the children except Boli were healthy and strong. All the children were healthy and strong, but Boli was not healthy and strong. Very prosperous farmer's household. Plenty, a lot of things there to eat. The meaning of the word prosperous, rich. The sons had been sent to the city to study in schools and later in colleges. Sons of the family, they got opportunity to go to city to study. When we talk about the daughters, Radha, the eldest, had already been married. The second daughter, Mangla's marriage had also been settled. And when what was done, Ramlal would think of the third. Now he has to take initiative for the marriage of Champa, third daughter. They were good looking, healthy girls, Radha, Mangla, Champa. It was not difficult to find bridegrooms for them because they are wealthy family and the girls also good looking and healthy girls. But Ramlal was worried about Boli, that is Sulekha, the fourth daughter. She had neither good looks, was not intelligent. Boli was 7 years old when Mangla was married. The same year, a primary school for girls was opened in their village. Boli was 7 years old, Mangla was married. The same year, primary school for girls opened in the village. The Tahsildar, that is the district collector, Tahsildar Sahib, came to perform its opening ceremony, opening function. District collector came there. District collector said to Ramlal, as a revenue official, you are the representative, spokesperson of the government in the village, and you must set an example to the villagers. You should be example to the other people, those who are in the village. So you must send your daughters to the school. This is the words of the collector. That night when Ramlal discussed his wife, she cried, she shouted, are you crazy? If girls go to school, who will marry them? No, it is impossible, it is not good. But Ramlal had not the courage to disobey the Tahsildar. At last his wife said, I will tell you what to do, send Boli school. And here Ramlal had the courage, did not have courage to obey. So finally wife told that, send Boli to school. As it is, there is a little chance of her getting married. If the girl goes to school, there is no chance for getting married. And here, now this is the situation is, there is no chance for her getting married. Is another reason is her ugly face, a lack of sense, because she is simpleton. So send the daughter, send her to school, because it is impossible to search bridegroom for her. Send her to school. Let the teachers at school worry about her. We will leave her at the school. The next day Ramlal caught Boli by the hand and said, come with me. I will take you to the school. Boli was frightened because he did not know anything about the school. So she got afraid. She did not know what the school was like. Only she remembered how a few days ago their old cow, name of the cow is Lakshmi, had been turned out of the house and sold. Now this girl thought about the old cow Lakshmi. She thought that I was like the Lakshmi, the cow. So she was frightened after hearing these words from the father. No, 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 because he was not able to speak properly. Already we studied about her. She was stammering. She shouted in terror and pulled her hand away from her father's grip. No, 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 she said like it. What's the matter with you? You fool! Ramlad, father shouted. I am only taking you to the school. I am father, your father. I am only taking you to school. Then he told his wife, let her wear some decent means nice clothes today. Or else what will the teachers and the other school girls think of us when they see her? Normally they will not take care of her. So all the remaining daughters, they enjoyed all the things, but she did not take anything. So today they gave decent clothes. New clothes had been given. Here new clothes had never been made for Boli so far. So what happened? The old dresses for her sisters were passed on to her. No one cared to mend or wash her clothes because they did not take care of her because of her ugly face, because of her innocence, that is a simpleton. She was not intelligent, so they did not show any concern on her. But today she was lucky to receive clean dress, which had shrunk, that is reduced after many washings, no longer fitted Champa. Champa is the third daughter, so it was given to her. She was even bathed and oil was rubbed into her dry and matted hair, he said, entangled hair. Only then did she begin to believe that she was being taken to place better than her home. Now after that she got that feel. When they reached the school, the children were already in their classrooms. Ramlal handed over his daughter to the headmistress. She was left alone. The poor girl looked about her with fear-laden eyes. She looked outside and she was afraid about the surroundings. There were several rooms wherein that in each room girls like her squatted on mats, reading from books or writing on slates. She saw everything. The headmistress asked Boli to sit down in a corner in one of the classrooms. Boli did not know what exactly his school was like, what happened there, but she was glad to find so many girls were there. She was happy, almost of her own age present there. So she did not worry about the thing. She was happy when she was looking at the girls. She hoped that one of these girls might become her friend. She thought anyone will be her friend. The lady teacher who was in the class was saying something to the girls, but Boli could not understand anything. She could not understand anything. Boli could understand nothing because first experience attending the class there. She looked at the pictures on the wall. On the wall, so many pictures were pasted. The colors of the wall and pictures attracted her. The horse was brown, just like the horse on which Tahsildar had come to visit their village. And the goat was black, like the goat of their neighbor. This picture also was on the wall. The parrot was green, like the parrots she had seen in the mango orchard. Already she saw that things are in that on the wall. And the cow was just like their Lakshmi. This cow image pictures was also pasted there. This cow was like their old cow, Lakshmi. And suddenly Boli noticed that the teacher was standing by her side, smiling at her. See, the teacher asked her, "What's your name, little one?" She said this answer, "Bo, Bo, Bo, Bo." She could stammer no further than that. She was fumbling. Then she began to cry and tears flowed from her eyes in a helpless flood. She kept her head down as she sat in her corner, not daring to look up at the girls who she knew were still laughing at her. All other girls were laughing at her. She was ashamed in that place. When the school bell rang, all the girls scurried, ran and moved hurriedly out of the classroom. But Boli dared not leave her corner. Her head still lowered, she kept on sobbing. She was crying. Boli, now the teacher called. The teacher's voice was so soft and soothing. It was gentle. And all her life she had never been called like that. That voice touched her heart. Very calm voice. Get up, the teacher said. It was not a command, but just a friendly suggestion. Boli got up. Now tell me your name. She asked her name. Sweat broke out over her whole body. Would her stammering tongue again disgrace her? She is thinking that she was unable to say properly. Now, for the sake of this kind of women, very gentle women, she decided to make an effort. She had such a soothing voice, she would not laugh at her. And she began to stammer. Now the teacher began to say, well done. The teacher encouraged her. Come on. Now the full name. Boli. Finally, she said. At last she was able to say it. Felt relieved as if it was a very great achievement. Gain. Now the teacher appreciated. Well done. Patted her affectionately and said, put the fear out of your heart and you will be able to speak like everyone else. She encouraged her. Boli looked up as if it to ask, really? So in that way she looked up. Yes, it will be very easy. You just come to school every day, will you? The teacher asked. And Boli nodded. No, say it aloud. The teacher said, yes. Boli herself was astonished, surprised. She had been able to say it. Didn't I tell you? Now take this book. Teacher encouraged. The book was full of nice pictures. The pictures were in color. Dog, cat, goat, horse, parrot, tiger, and cow just like Lakshmi. And with every picture was a word in big letters, alphabets. In 1 month you will be able to read this book. Then I will give you a bigger book. Then a still bigger one. In time you will be more learned than anyone else in the village. She encouraged. Teacher encouraged her. No one will ever be able to laugh at you. They will astonish at you. People appreciate you. People will listen to you with respect and you will be able to speak without the slightest stammer. Teacher encouraged again and again. Understand? Now go home, come back early tomorrow morning. Teacher said these words and sent her. Boli felt as if suddenly all the bells in the village temple were ringing and trees in front of the school house had blossomed, that is, grew into big red flowers. Boli was very happy. She was thinking that very wonderful and special day in her life. Her heart was throbbing with new hope and new life. Thus the years passed, the village became small town, the little primary school became high school. There were no cinema under a tin shed and a cotton ginning. That is the separating, meaning of that separating raw cotton from its seeds mill. The mail train began to stop at the railway station because that place has become popular. One night after dinner, Ramlal, Boli's father, said to his wife, "Shall I accept Bizambar proposal?" Yes, certainly, his wife said. Boli will be lucky to get such a well-to-do bridegroom, a big shop, a house of his own. I hear several thousand in the bank. Very rich man. He is not asking for any dowry. Shall we accept Bisambar proposal? Wife said, yes. That's right, but he is not so young. Father added another information. You know, almost the same age as I am, and he also limps. He is unable to walk. Moreover, the children from his first wife are quite grown up. The age also vary. The first wife, children's also grown up. This information also added. Wife replied, what does it matter? 45 or 50? It is a great age for a man. So it is not old age. She supported. We are lucky that he is from another village and does not know about our pokemarks and our lack of sense. If we don't accept this proposal, she may remain unmarried all her life. So we have to accept the proposal. Yes. Now, the father said, I would wonder what Boli will say. What will that witless one say? She is like dumb cow. Now this is the words of mother. What will that witless one say? She is like a dumb cow. She will not say anything. Maybe you are right, muttered Ramlad. Father said this. In the other corner of the courtyard, Boli lay awake on her cot. She was hearing all the things, listening all the things, what fathers and mothers were talking. Bisambarnath was well-to-do grocer. He came with a big party of friends and relations with him for the wedding. A brass band playing a popular tune from an Indian film headed the procession, that is a parade, with the bridegroom riding a decorated horse. Ramlal was overjoyed to see such a pomp and splendor. Meaning of the word splendor, luxury. He had never dreamt, and his fourth daughter would have such a grand wedding. He was very happy. Boli's elder sister, who had come for the occasion, were envious, jealous of her luck. Everything they were jealous. When the auspicious moment came, the priest said, bring the bride. Boli, clad in a red silken bridal dress, was led to the bride's place near the sacred fire. Garland the bride, one of his friends prompted. It is led to Bisambarnath. The bridegroom lifted the garland of yellow marigolds. A woman slipped back the silken veil. That's the cover of the face. From the bride's face, Bisambar took a quick glance. The garland remained poised, calm in his hands. The bride slowly pulled down the veil. The meaning of the word, a piece of thin material worn by women to cover the face of her head during the wedding. Have you seen her? Bisambar said to a friend next to him. She has pokemarks on her face. Of what? You are not young either. Friend told that you are old. You accept. Now Bisambar says, maybe, but if I am to marry her, her father must give me 5,000 rupees. He asked. Ramlal went and placed his turban, his honor, at Bisambar's feet. Do not humiliate. Do not insult me so. Take 2,000 rupees. Because he has that amount. Take 2,000 rupees. No, 5,000. We go back. Keep your daughter here. So Bisambar threatened with these words. Be a little considerate, cooperative, please. If you go back, I can never show my face in the village. Bisambar said, then out with 5,000 rupees. He forced him to give. Tears streaming, flowing down his face, Ramlal went in, opened the safe and counted out the notes. He placed the bundle at the bridegroom's feet. Only now he kept there. On Bisambar's greedy face appeared a triumphant, that is a victory, smile. He had gambled and won. Now he asked, "Give me the garland." Once again the veil was slipped back from the bride's face, but this time her eyes were not downcast. The meaning of the word looking downwards, feeling dejected. She was looking up, looking straight at her prospective. She looked at her prospective husband. Here is in her eyes there was neither anger nor hate, only cold contempt, disrespect. December raised the garland to place it round the bride's neck. But before he could do so, Boli's hand stuck out like a streak of the lightning, and the garland was flung into the fire. She got up and threw away the veil. "Pitaji, take back your money. I am not going to marry this man." She boldly said this sentence. Ramlal was thunderstruck. The guest began to whisper, "So shameless, so ugly, and so shameless." So Ramlal, after seeing that, he was shocked. All the guests began to say, "So shameless, so ugly, and so shameless." "Boli, are you crazy?" Ramlal shouted now. "You want to disgrace your family? Do you have some regard for her? Is that the meaning of the word social respect? Why do you shout like it? For the sake of your Izzat." Now Boli said, "I was willing to marry this lame old man. He was not able to walk properly. He was old man. But I was willing to marry because of your respect. But I will not have such a mean, greedy, contemptible," here the meaning of the word hateful, coward, as my husband. I won't. She boldly said this. What a shameless girl. We all thought she was harmless, dumb cow. And they told these sentences. But Boli turned violently, the meaning of the word violently, intensely on the old woman. "Yes, auntie, you are right. You all thought I was dumb, driven cow. That's why you wanted to hand me over to this heartless creature." Ramlal stood rooted to the ground, his head bowed low with weight of grief and shame. Now the Bisambarnath, the grocer, started to go back with his party. The confused bandsmen thought this was the end of the ceremony and struck up the closing song, and they began to return. The flames of the sacred fire slowly died down. Everyone was gone. Ramlal turned to Boli and said, "But what about you? No one will ever marry you now. What shall we do with you, Boli?" Father asked. But Sulekha said in voice that was calm and steady, that is stable, "Don't you worry, Pitaji. In your old age, I will serve you. And mother, and I will teach in the same school where I learned so much. Isn't that right, ma'am?" Her teacher was standing there, and she looked and she asked her. The teacher had all along stood in a corner watching the drama, everything she was watching. "Yes, Boli, of course," he replied. And in her smiling eyes was the light of deep satisfaction that an artist feels when contemplating, the meaning of the word weaving, the completion of her masterpiece. Teacher was very happy when she saw the bold and very good replay from the girl Sulekha. And in her smiling eyes was the light of deep satisfaction. Boli was very bold. She was very courageous. Now she was thoughtful. She decided well. She was ready to help father and mother, though anyone reject. Though she does not get any opportunity to get married. My dear students, education has given boldness, has given determined mind. Education transformed the bully. In the beginning, she was simpleton. She was not concerned. Now she was very good, and she is intelligent. She knows everything, and she knows how to do the things. Education has made her. Education has given her very good life. My dear students, you read this lesson. If you have any questions related to this lesson, ask me. Your question will be answered. Thank you so much, my dear students.